name is Gyldenvang. I'm Danish. Sorry for that. But hope you will be able to understand me anyway. This is only my second summit, even though I've been having the opportunity to lead Tacton for 4 years now. So there are a few years where we had COVID, so we couldn't get everyone together. But I'm really happy that we could do it again, and this is great to see so many of our customers and partners coming in for this event. So thank you very much for that. And there's also a lot of Tacton people here today. Some new faces, which you will see up here as well. I will introduce some of them a little bit later. But also, please take the opportunity to meet as many of my colleagues as possible in the breaks or whenever there's an opportunity for it. I know we're very eager to speak to all of you throughout the 2 days here. So I do hope, as Eric said, I do hope we'll get 2 very exciting days. Today there will be a little bit of customer presentations, and then there's going to be about some new functionality that we have released throughout the year. We'll go through that tomorrow. But that's I think we built a very, very interesting agenda. And this is about sharing knowledge. It's about sharing knowledge between you. So please also interact with each other, speak with our partners, learn from each other, because that's also part of the success criteria for a summit like this. So let me take you a little bit through the agenda here. What is going to happen? So what we here in a few minutes, when I'm done, we will get into the keynote where our new Chief Commercial Officer Jeff from the US will be here together with Niels, be on stage to tell some of the highlights for Tacton, what's coming here. And then we have three customers who's going to share some of their experience with us and with our solution. Something I'm definitely looking very much forward to myself to hear more about. So we will have Saitiva. Johanna is going to share how you build a strong team to implement CPQ. So that's something that I think is going together with you, Anders, on stage. So that is going to be hopefully very interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to it. We have Mezzo. Christian is going to share how you're adding new products into the platform. So he's going to share some of his experience or their experience with that. And then, of course, we have Brahma in the end, a fairly new customer to us, that is also going to cover a topic about how you actually use all the data we have in the platform, how we can use that for business intelligence, how we can actually draw some new conclusions and potentially get some information out of it you can use for selling more to your customers. So thank you very much to our customers to stand up for this and share this, prepare for it. I know it takes a bit of time to be ready for it, but I really, really appreciate it. So thank you very much. What we on the second day here, that's where we are going a little bit more into us presenting some of the new functionality that we have released or will release. So I will leave that agenda a little bit open for introduction later. But that's where some of our people will get on stage to share some of the new things. So that's hopefully going to be a very exciting day as well. In the afternoon, we will have there will be a partner event in the afternoon. I know we have many of the partners here today. Many of the partners are also having a booth outside. Please, actually, I think I'm going to share who has a booth here. So we have these partners presented here today. Please take the opportunity to get to know them. They all have expertise in our solution. They all have a little bit of a special knowledge that actually I'm quite sure that they can do something that we cannot do. So there's always something in there for you to get familiar with. So please take the time, get to speak to all of them and get to know them a bit better, because I'm sure they will have something that could be interesting for you. And again, thank you to the partners for being here, taking the time, set up here and spend the time with us. It's a highly appreciated network of partners we have here. So looking forward to that. Please take the time to speak with them. Some of the highlights, if I should go through what actually has happened over the last 12 months since we had the last summit. So one of the things that I really appreciate is some of the new logos we're getting on board. Some of the new customers who's trusting a lot of their business into Tacton. Going in and invest in a CPQ platform and doing the transformation as you do it requires a lot of trust, and you are actually betting a little bit of your company to pick the right CPQ solution. And these are some of the really some of the new customers we signed up throughout the last 12 months. Some of them are also here today, and so this is some of the highlights that I definitely like to see, because we also get ideas. We also do innovation with new customers, also with you as existing customers. It helps us developing the platform. So that was some of the other highlights. Is also getting that inspiration from new customers and from you as well. Some of the new functionalities that we are launching, and this is something we're going to dive a little bit more into tomorrow. But these are some of the big functionality launches you've seen to the platform. We have advanced our system configuration, which we actually launched as a module the year before this year. Layout planning. I don't want to go into all the areas here, but this is something that I hope you will take the time to get familiar with it, because it's built for adding more value to you and to your solution, and it is all released. So I hope that we will have time to go through it and you will get familiar with it. So this was some of the highlights that I've seen throughout the year, and something I'm really proud of as a company are ready to launch. And this leads me a little bit to the next slide, and so this is this one. This is not, well, of course I like to brag with this one, because I think this is a tremendous journey, but this is also important for you, I believe, because as I said before, choosing a CPQ solution, doing a sales transformation, doing a transformation of how you want to run your business is a bet. And it can have a huge impact. It can be very costly to make the wrong decision here. And Tacton has kind of proven that throughout the last 4 years that we have constantly been developing the platform, constantly been releasing new functionality. And this is probably the best analyst on the market. Of course, I will say that because they are very nice to us in this rating. But they have been in this area for many, many years. And this is one of the most experienced consultants in the market who's doing this evaluation. Some of the other analysts are starting to build kind of an assessment of CPQ solutions on the market. But there's no doubt about the Gartner are the one that has been there the longest, have the most vendors in there, very, very specific in their requirements. And this is our journey. And we kind of, when we had this one in 2022, of course, I was very, very grateful for the team that they took us there. But the question was, what's next? Right? What are we going to do after this? It can only be worse from now on. And then we got this one last year. So now we got the same question again. What about next time? What about next year? And we just been through it again. And then there will be another one coming out end of the year. So let's see. Maybe next year at the summit, I will have another pitch. But this time I'm very proud of it. And you should take this as an evidence that you all made the right choice here. And those of you who are still considering it, this should be a very, very good proof point for you to make the decision. So good. Enough about that. But again, what is going to happen next? And that's kind of the last two things I want to touch here before I leave the stage for really smart people. First thing is AI. I'm sure you're a little bit like the internet, or this probably here to stay. And I don't think we will ever get. I don't think this is just something that's just here for a few years. This is going to change a lot, and of course, it's going to be changed a lot in our solution as well, and also how we work. So this is one of the two things I predict will take a lot of the agenda from us and with you over the next 12 months, and also for the future. So these are some of the you can say some of the use cases that we are looking into, and some of them are already in the making. Some of them are very close to be launched, but it is this is just 6 examples of what can AI actually do in a CPQ solution. But there will be many, many more. And this is kind of, we haven't seen the full perspective of AI. I don't know if we ever going to do it. But there are so much benefits, there's so much efficiency and so much extra to get out of implementing and using AI as part of CPQ. And this is something that's really high on our agenda. It's one of the key topics in our R&D division. So these are some of the use cases where we think you will get more value out of the platform by us releasing some AI functionality that you can utilize for you to sell more to your customers. Again, it's about selling more. It's about selling more efficiency. It's about selling more accurate products to your customers. That's what this is about. And AI is going to help us do that even faster, even better, and do more of it. So this is really just to bring it up and say, to tell you all that this is really, really on our agenda. And I would assume it's in your agenda as well, inside the company. I can say so much in our company as well. Beside this being a big topic in R&D, every single unit in Tacton is exploring AI. How can HR work differently? How can sales, how can marketing, how can finance, how can we utilize AI to be more efficient? So, and I kind of assume that this is happening in almost all companies right now, probably also your companies. So of course it's going to be built into CPQ as well. So keep your eyes open. These are some of the use cases. You will see a lot of this coming from us in the near future. So this is one of the things that I see happening here in the near about what's next. The other thing I want to bring up, something that a kind of a trend or where we see this is going. What we're talking about here is what we call the buyer-centric smart factory, something that I know both Niels and Jeff, and we'll talk more about later, but also some of the other topics throughout the 2 days we'll talk about. What we see is that how do we manage the configuration in the center of a large manufacturer? We see that controlling the product variants in one place. That's where we see that happening more and more with many of you and many of the large manufacturers globally. And we are already now working on, with several partnerships, a lot of integrations, which you're also going to hear more about. How do we place Tacton configuration in the center of the smart factory? So we can utilize what we use, probably the best configurator on the market. How can we utilize that when we are talking about CRM, when we're talking ERP, when we are talking about life cycle assessment of data, how the sustainability input, PLM, product information management, etc. And these are just 6 examples. There are so many disciplines, so many what we call system of records in a company where the product variance is so important. And we want to use Tacton as a center for that. And we are working on how we can position ourselves there. Because that's where we think you will going to get much more out of your investment to setting up Tacton CPQ. How can you utilize that in so many areas in the company? And we're going to make that easier for you, make it more natural for you. We may even build some functionality or some additional modules that we will launch that will cover some of it. You will see partnerships where we will be able to sell third-party solutions that is fully integrated, but it's under our paper and we can help you use it. And then we may also acquire functionality as well to put into the platform. This is what you will see from Tacton over the, at least now I can only say for the next 12 months, and then I can say something else at the next summit. But at least for now, this is where my focus is. How can we make Tacton CPQ the center of the smart factory? And how can we? And end of the day, what it has to do, it has to add more value to you. I don't want to do it just to be nice to sit in the middle of everything and be the bottleneck. It has to be value add. It has to make your life easier. It has to make you able to sell more efficient, and avoid that there are some wrong configurations going out. That's where the 3 big buckets of value is when you're talking about CPQ. And this is going to help you to get even more value out of that. So that's our vision. That's the direction we're going. And I hope you're going to be inspired throughout this day and tomorrow about how we're going to do that. And then you're going to follow us on this journey. That's my hope. That's my key objective for these 2 days, is that get to know each other, learn from each other, be inspired by us, see what we have developed, and see where we're going, and then follow us on this journey. Then if I can conclude that by end of tomorrow, then I'm a very happy man. So I hope you will help me with that.